All right, so we are going to start off, like I said, reading The Giver again. No. So, our learning target today is to be able to summarize the last 3 chapters. So, how do we do that? How do we summarize? How do we find out what the main idea of the last 3 chapters are? We have to look at the questions, right? We have to look at the questions that we've been answering in our study guide. So, what was chapter 7 about? What happened in chapter 7? What happened in chapter 7? What? Oh. Should we look at that after we get done with paper? And that's past. So, 4. Okay. That's right. Alright. Alright, so everybody take out your study guide. Alright, what was chapter 7 about? Let's look into that. What was chapter 7 about? So look at your questions, guys. So chapter 7 was about, let's look at these questions. I see that they're talking about Asher getting an assignment. I see that they're talking that Jonas was upset at the ceremony of 12. I bet you that chapter 7 was about the ceremony of 12. And I can infer, because Jonas is upset, and I know from my answers that he answered because he's still grudging. So that's what I can kind of summarize. All right, so you know what chapter 7 is about. Okay, so I can kind of infer what chapter 8 is about. Let's look at chapter 8's question. So Jonas was selected. Okay, so I look at my answers, and I see that he's the receiver of memory. So he was assigned to something. Okay, so we're still at the ceremonies of 12. And we know that Jonas is the receiver of memory. That makes sense. So what has happened the last 2 chapters is that Jonas has been selected, and they're still at the ceremony of 12. So, moving on to chapter 8. I want you guys to follow along as we answer the questions. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Chapter 9. I was wrong. So, we're going to read chapter 9. And then at the end of this, I want us to summarize and figure the main ideas from the chapter on your book. The main idea for the last 3 chapters. We're going to summarize and figure out the main idea. So, please turn to chapter 9. Here's what we're going to do when we're listening. We're going to be listening. Thank you. So the first question we're going to be listening for is, why did Jonas seem so tense after the ceremony? Okay?
What page is that on?
Okay. What page is that on? So Andy, what page is it on? 65. For now, for the first time in 12 years of Jonas's, now, for the first time in 12 years of life, Jonas felt separated, different. He remembered what the chief elder had said. His training would be alone, but his training had not yet begun. And already, upon leaving the auditorium, he felt apartness, holding the folder she gave him. He made his way through looking for his family until, and his family unit, and for after. People moved aside for him. They watched him. He thought he could hear whispers. Ash, he called, spotting his friend near the row of bicycles. Ride back with me? Sure, Asher smiled. His usual smile, friendly and familiar. But Jonas felt a moment of hesitation from his friend, and uncertainty. Congratulations, Asher said. You too, Jonas replied.
You're back!
Jonas replied. It is really funny when she told about the smack. You got more applause than anybody else. The other new 12s clustered nearby, placing their folders carefully, carrying containers on the backs of their bikes in each dwelling. Tonight, they would be studying the instructions for beginning their training. Each night for years, the children had memorized the required lessons for school and often yawned with boredom. Tonight, they would begin eagerly memorizing the rules for their adult assignments. Congratulations, Asher, someone called. Then hesitation again. You too, Jonas. So, why did they seem tense after the ceremony? You guys heard that? Why are people hesitating? Yeah, so it's his first time. They're treating him different. You know, everybody's going up to Asher. Congratulations, Asher. But then they have to, congratulations, Jonas. So he feels, so the first question in our study book, our first answer is people seem to be treating him differently, right? Yeah. So people are treating him differently. They're not treating him the same. Okay? They aren't treating him the same way that they treated his friend Asher. Asher and Jonas responded with congratulations to their group mates. Jonas saw his parents watching him from the place where the bicycles were waiting. Lily had already strapped into her seat. They waved back, smiling, but he noticed that Lily was watching him solemnly, her thumb in her mouth. He rode directly to his dwelling, exchanging only small jokes and unimportant remarks with Asher. So the next question that we should be listening out for, so we need to be hearing these cues in the book for our questions. So we should be listening for what kind of job did Jonah get? A what? The receiver of memories. Okay, so put the receiver of memories. We already know that. So put that down. He rode directly to his dwelling, exchanging only small jokes and unimportant remarks with Asher. See you in the morning, recreation director, he called, his dismounting by the door as Asher continued on. Right, see you, Asher called back once again. There was just a moment when things weren't quite the same. They weren't quite as they always have been through their long friendship. Perhaps he had imagined things he couldn't change with Asher. The evening meal, than usual, Lily chattered about her plans for volunteer work would begin. She said that at the nurturing center, since she was already an expert at feeding Gabriel. I know. So who's Gabriel? Who remembers who Gabriel is? The baby, right, Missy? So, no. Oh, that's right. You read this. No? I didn't. Okay. All right. So, I know. She added quickly when her father gave her a warning glance. I won't mention his name. I know I'm not supposed to know his name. I can't wait for tomorrow to come, she said happily. Jonas sighed uneasily. I can, he muttered. You've been greatly honored, his mother and father. Your father and I are very proud of. It's the most important job in here. So what do they call Jonas's job? Most important. Okay, so that is our question number 2. The receiver of memories is the most important job. So what happened to the girl that was supposed to be trained as the receiver of memories? So listen out for that. All right. But what they said earlier in the book, what can we kind of infer? What do we think? What happened to her? Where I read on and we find out. She died, maybe. Okay. What? They killed her? Or she got released? Okay. All right. But just as the other night, you said Hannah Thurman, you said that the job of making assignments was the most important. Mother nodded. This is different. It's not really a job. Really. I never expected. She paused. There's only one receiver. But the chief elder said that they had made a selection before and that it failed. What was she talking about? Both his parents hesitated. Finally, his father described the previous selection. It was very much as it was today. The same suspense as 111 was passed over when assignment was given. Then the announcement, when they singled out the one. What was his name? Her. His mother replied, her, not his. It was a female. But we are never to speak her name or use it again for a new child. So, we heard what happened. What happened with her? Logan, what happened? Okay. So, fail. Oh, no.
You asked me what happened.
Yeah, there's some persuasion for okay. Okay, I got some resume. Sorry, not it.
All right, questions for you or for?
3. We're on 3? Yeah,
I haven't got that question, or do not have it yet.
not yet. All right. Joyce was shocked. A name designated not to be spoken indicated the highest degree of disgrace. What happened to her? We don't know. Her and his father said, we never saw her again. Silence fell over the room. All right, now we know. So what happened? She disappeared, right? Okay. What? Sure. Okay. So, all right, alone in the sleeping room. So, the next, hi.
Yeah. Hard.
You're supposed to be in behavior?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, turn them to me. All right, I'll see you later, AJ. So, she disappeared. That's our question 3. So that's what happened here. We don't really know. She failed, then she disappeared. You know more, Misty. So write it down. She failed. That's what we know right now. Okay, put the sheet down. Okay. So alone in the sleeping room, prepared for bed, Jonas opened his folder. So what should be the next question we look for? What instructions, what was in Jonas's instruction folder? Okay? Instructions. All right, we're going to learn more. So alone in Jonas' sleeping room, prepared for bed, Jonas opened his folder. At last, some of the 12s he had noticed had been given thick, folders were thick, with printed pages. He imagined Benjamin, a scientific male in his group, beginning to read pages of rules and instructions with relish. He pictured Fiona smiling gently as she went over a list of duties and methods that she would be required to learn in the days to come. But his own folder, he stayed carefully closed, just close. Inside, there was only a single printed sheet. He read it twice. Jonas, receiver of memory. Go immediately at the end of school hours each day to the annex entrance behind the house of the old and present yourselves to the attendant. Go immediately to your dwelling at the conclusion of the training hour each day. 3. From this moment, you are exempt from the rules governing rudeness. You may ask any question of any citizen, and you will receive answers. 4. Do not discuss your training with any other member of the community, including parents and others. 5. From this moment, you are prohibited from dream telling. 6, except for illness or injury, unrelated to your training, do not apply for any medication. 7, you are not permitted to apply for release. 8, you may lie. Okay. What was in Jonas's folder? What? A sheet. So 1 sheet. So that is our answer to 3. 4, sorry. So 1 sheet. How many rules were on this sheet? Couple? 8. So this sheet had 8 instructions. How did this differ from other people? What did other kids get? A big rule book, so big, thick thing of paper. Folder, right? Just stacked. Jonas was stunned. What would happen? All right, so our next question that we should be looking out for is how much recreation time was he allowed? So let's listen for that. We're listening for that key word to help us find this key detail. Jonas was stunned. What would happen to his friendships? His mindless hours of playing ball or riding his bike along the river. Those had been happy and vital times for him, where they had not been completely taken from him now. The simple logistics instructions, where to go, and when, where, were there exceptions? Every 12 had been told, of course, where and how, and when to report for training. But he was a little dismayed that his schedule had left no time, apparently, for recreation. So how much time has he left for recreation? 0, 9. So that's our next answer. Okay. Now we need to listen. We already know, so you guys remember what the last rule is? Okay, that's 1. You can ask any questions. Okay. 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 I know, so have I. Okay. So, you guys, look at your books. You have the rules in there too. That's why it's important to follow along. Well, we're a couple more pages. That's why it's stressful. Yeah. So what is it? You may lie. That's what was cool. So that's, we already know that. We've read it. Okay. Here's another question about it. You've already read this. Okay. So, Andy, what page is the rule on? 68. So everybody open up their book to page 68. If you aren't following along. So that's where our rules are. So we know the question. Question number 7. 6. Okay. Was he allowed to take medication? No, he's not. What kind of medication? Could he take medication if he was sick? Yeah. But only if it was not related to his training. Okay. All right. So, only if it was related to his training. That's question number 6. So Jonas was stunned. What would happen? Okay, all right. The exemption for rudeness startled him, reading it again. However, he realized that it did not comply with him to be rude. It was simply allowed him the option. He was quite certain he would never take advantage of it. He was completely, so thoroughly accustomed to courtesy within the community that through asking another citizen an intimidating question of calling someone's attention to the area of awkwardness was so unnerving. The prohibition of dream telling, he thought, would not be a real problem. He dreamed so rarely that dream telling did not come easily to him again. And he was glad to be excused from it. He would wonder briefly through how to deal with the morning meal. What did he do to it? Should he simply tell the family as he did so often anyway that he had? That would be a lot. But still, the final rule said. Well, he wasn't quite ready to think about the final rule. The reconstruction of medication, a nerve-term medication, was always available to citizens, even to children, through their parents. When he had crushed his finger in the door, he quickly gasped into the speakers and notified his mother. She had hesitantly requested resignation of relief of pain medication, which had promptly been delivered to his dwelling. Among instantaneously, pain from his hand was diminished to throbbing, which was now all he could recall of the experience. The pill he took each morning was also unrelated to training, so he would continue to receive the pill. But he remembered uneasily what the chief elder had said about pain. It would come with his training. She called it indescribable. Jonas swallowed hard, trying without success to imagine such pain might be like, with no medication at all. But this was beyond his comprehension. He felt no recreation. Retraction to the rule 7 at all. It never occurred to him that any circumstance ever he might apply for release. Finally, he steeled himself to read the final rule again. He had trained since the earliest childhood, since the earliest learning of language, never to lie. It was a part of him learning the precise speech. Once, when he had been 4, before he had said a prior midday meal, I'm starving. Immediately he was taken aside. A brief lesson in the language of decision. He was not starving. It was pointed out he was hungry. No one in the community was starving. Had ever been starving. Would ever be starving. To say starving is to speak a lie. An unintentional lie, of course, but a reason of precision of language was to ensure the unintentional lie was never unuttered. He did not understand. They asked him. He had never, within his memory, been tempted to lie. Asher did not lie. Lily did not lie. His parents did not lie. No one did, unless now Jonas had a thought that he never had before. This new thought was frightening. What if other adults had, upon becoming 12, received their instructions, the same terrifying sentence? What if they had all been instructed to learn? His mind reeled, now empowered to question of the utmost rudeness, and promised an answer he could receive it, although it was almost unimaginable to ask someone, some adult, his father perhaps, do you lie? But would have no way of knowing the answer you received were true. Okay, our final question. What was the realization that shocked Jonas? 131. What was the realization that he had? What was the realization? I don't know. All right. Want a friend? He can lie. Thank you, Andy. Okay. So what happened in this chapter? What's 7 again? What's 7? What? Was he allowed medication? Misty says no. She's right. He can't have medication unless it's related to his training, right? It is unrelated. So, say he was in pain, he could have medication, or if he was sick, he could have medication. Okay, so what happened in chapter 7? Yeah, so you read his rule book. Okay. It is your fault, I'm sorry. I just grabbed things. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Because you guys are getting, I've seen this from your note cards. You guys get the main idea of the first, of one chapter at a time. But I want you guys to summarize the last, what? No? The last 3 chapters. What happened in the last 3 chapters? So, how we do this is just like we did it before. We look at our questions and our sentence. We think about what happened. So, summarize the last 3 chapters. So, I'm going to give you a couple minutes. Summarize the last 3 chapters. And then we're going to move on